A viewer asked me if we could hide the button on this secret entrance, so sure, let's go. Alright, so first of all, let's just remove the button and work on this section right behind here. So we just need to place a block right there, and then we have to move everything one block further to the back. So what I'll do is I'll just use some axiom because I'm kind of lazy, not gonna lie. So we just move everything a little further back, and then we can just connect this up just like that. And we'll have to connect this, of course, as well. So you can just connect it like that, or you could move it further back, whatever you want. So that's just up to you, but we just have to make sure that the redstone torch is still connected to the pistons, of course. But yeah, that's the first part. And after that, I'll just make some space. You can see everything a little bit better. Alright, so after that, we're just gonna place two hoppers like this. So one pointing downwards and one pointing away from the secret entrance. And then we're just gonna place a rail on top with a hopper minecart right there. So you could now either break the rail below so it just sits on top like that, or you could also just place some blocks like that so the minecart doesn't just roll away. But that's up to you, whatever you prefer. So now we can just place a dropper facing upwards and another hopper connecting to this dropper. And now we just have to make sure that we start to fill the gaps in that we don't need for now. So just this part essentially, because later on we don't want any air gaps, or we don't want any gaps here, because then if the dropper ejects an item, it will maybe be stuck right there. If we just place the blocks like that, maybe the item could be stuck right there, or maybe right there like that. So we don't want any gaps, so make sure to fill everything in later on. But before we fill everything completely, we just build a little small redstone circuit, and that is basically just a comparator, a repeater, and then we just put some redstone dust down just like that. And then what we need to do is just place a comparator, connect 3 redstone dust just like that, set the comparator to the subtract mode, and then just point the redstone dust into the dropper, so whenever we put an item in here, it'll get ejected, as you can see here. So that's basically the eject mechanism. So that's done. So now we just have to fill everything in. So make sure that you cover it as best as you can so that no item can escape later on. And there we go, that's looking pretty good. So let's just test our mechanism. And there we go. So the last thing that we'll have to do now is actually make something that detects that an item has been in this hopper and connect this signal to this signal. So what we'll do is just break some more blocks right here, place a comparator right there, and then we'll just place 2 redstone torches just like that. And that's it. So let's just try it out. The door opens, the item ejects, we can walk right through. And that's it. So we basically just stand right here, and boom, there we go. And if you want to make the delay a little bit longer, you would just have to add more comparators here. So make the circle a little bit bigger, move everything a little bit further back. But yeah, that's basically how you make an sort of invisible or undetectable mechanism.